Hello, my friend. Let's talk about the heart behind my words. So, I'm talking about my tagline. Maybe you've heard a portion of it, or maybe you have heard the full tagline. It's really the purpose of what I do, everything behind it. But I want you to know the heart behind it and why these words are strategically placed, why I say these words. So, my tagline is I teach women, I teach women to rediscover their God given beauty and vitality so they can age well with grace, confidence, and purpose. That is my mission. That is my desire for you. That is my heart behind these words. So I'm going to break it down for you piece by piece so you can understand why I am doing this. Okay, so the beginning says, I teach women. So, yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher by heart, I'm a teacher by trade, I'm a teacher by spiritual gift. I am just a teacher. I've been on that teaching journey for a long time in so many different ways, volunteering in public schools, teaching in private schools, homeschooling and working with the homeschooling community and teaching others in a homeschool settings, um, Girl Scouts, facilitating other Girl Scout leaders. Oh, there's many different ways, teaching Sunday school classes, facilitating in Bible classes, teaching Bible class, so many different ways that I have done teaching. And now I find myself teaching women. I love that. I find myself in the role now of how I get to come alongside of really more of a guide. Teaching, yeah, there's some teaching elements to it, but as a guide to guide you along the way. So that's just really who I am. So I do come to you as that educator, that skincare educator, that aging well guide to walk alongside of you. So I teach women to rediscover. And I just say that because it is always there. Maybe you have discovered it years ago, but have lost it because of life. But rediscover. It's already there. It's always been within you. So I want you to rediscover your God-given beauty and vitality. And the reason I say this is because as women, as people in general, this is for every human on this planet, but I speak specifically to women. That is who I am called to do, work alongside women. So we are all given a beauty, and sometimes beauty is misconstrued. Sometimes society tells you this is what beauty looks like. Sometimes people will tell you what you're supposed to look like. You look in the magazines, and I remember like years ago, I don't know, 20 years ago or more, learning that, yeah, all this stuff is airbrushed. A lot of the things that you see in there are not real. And now it's all this photo opting things that they do. It's like, oh, and now with AI, oh my gosh, really? So, yeah, you have beauty. You were created with a uniqueness for you. And so we sometimes forget it because society tells us we're supposed to look like this celebrity. And listen, I've seen celebrities. My husband worked in the movie industries, and I've seen the celebrities when they're not all made up. They don't look like they look on television at finished cut. It's like it's everyone, there's makeup, there's a makeup artist they have, there's plastic surgeons that also address things. So you were given with beauty. You don't have to change anything. You were made exactly how you were supposed to be. You were given the vitality of where you need to be. But sometimes we hear the wrong messages. I remember years ago, I don't know, middle schooler, I was helping. There was some, how kids throw a ball and the ball landed near my feet. So I threw the ball to someone, to the group of people. And the comment was, "Wow, your hands are so big." It's like, so you can't, it's in your head, right? So you hear that, and then, oh my gosh, look at her nose, or look at her hair, or look at her whatever, the skin color. It could be anything. Whatever have you heard? The hips, the thighs. We hear these terms all the time from people, and they try to define who we are. But when we remember who created us, and that we were created fearfully and wonderfully, and by the master designer. When you think about that, oh my gosh, I just want you to rediscover who you are and get that energy and like that vitality back, because you are here for a purpose. You are gifted. You have a purpose here on this planet. Not everyone's is the same. Some people are like big and grander, and if I try to compare myself to other people, even in my industry, I would probably sit down and just cry and weep, but I don't. I have my own lane. No, I don't have like the big groups, and I'm not trying to be that. My thing is to come alongside of you, and I have to remember my purpose and be on my lane. And sometimes we have to just close our ears to the noise that's out there and be connected with the person who gave you that purpose and gave you that vitality, and find out that direction. So I want you to remember who you are. And, there's this saying I heard years ago, it says, "You were born an original, don't die a copy." And that's so true. I mean, we are all uniquely designed. We were born a certain way, and to be unique, and come and give a different perspective, to come in and help in our own way, the way that we were bitten to do and made to do. But when we start trying to go down the same path, oh, well, that person's successful, I'm going to go that way. Oh, well, that looks good over there, I'm going to go that way. Then we're just being a copy of who we aren't. And so I don't want you to be a copy. You are here to be you, and who you are is so important. And we need that. We need you. If everyone was the same, that would be such a boring world. If everyone had the same hair color, the same hair texture, the same skin tone, the same personality, that would not be fun. Think about the gardens. If you think about a garden, the roses, the peonies, the carnations, the tiger lilies, I mean, it's countless types of flowers, and all shades of color, and so we're part of a garden. Don't try to be, rose gardens are fine and like great, there's could be lots of different colors. What if we went to a rose garden and every single rose is pink? That wouldn't be so fun. That would be so glorious. It's so much more fun, like when I go to the botanical garden and see all the different types of flowers, and how they're all uniquely designed, even to how their petals are, and how the leaves are, is so unique. That is what brings the beauty, and that's what brings beauty among us as women, that we're all different. We're all different sizes and shapes, and skin tones and personalities. If I want to be like, oh, that person's so funny, it's so fun, I would love to be that personality. Oh, or, oh, that person has such a wonderful singing voice. That wouldn't be wonderful. It would be, everyone's the same. We're all robotic. If you want that, that's what AI is. But we're made differently. So I want you to rediscover, like, who are you? Because sometimes we have an idea of who we are when we're younger, but then life gets in the way. We've had broken promises, or hurts in our lives, and different things that happen, and then slowly we start to lose it. So this is a time that you can start rediscovering who you are. And why? So that you can age well. And aging well is more than just putting on skincare products. I mean, that's a really big component, of course. If you want to look younger and more radiant as we have more and more birthdays, that's fabulous. That's why I do it. But there's just other components as well. Like, how are you? Are you exercising regularly? Are you taking care of this body that you've been giving? Are you on a healthy diet? And I don't mean a diet where, okay, I'm going to lose weight for this time period, so for X amount of days or weeks or months, I'm going to be on a special diet. I don't mean that. I mean your everyday dietary lifestyle. Are you on a healthy approach to that? And I would tell you honestly, with our soil and how things are in our environment, it's not the same as it was 50 years ago. So supplements are so important these days. So are you doing that? Are you getting enough sleep, or are you just worn out all the time? Are you relaxing? Are you learning to do some self-care for yourselves? Aromatherapy? Are you hydrating yourself? All of these things are helping you to age well. So I get to come alongside of you as your guide to help you age well in all components. And then I want you to age well with grace. So you can age well with grace. Why? Because not only does society sometimes knock us off our feet, sometimes we do it to ourselves. I mean, honestly, right? We have a voice in our own head that that can get in the way, and we have to give ourselves grace. Yes, we make mistakes, and yes, sometimes we can have some regrets for some things that we've done, but give yourself grace to the point. I don't want you to be worried about decisions that you made in the past that gives you anxiety in your current life, or give you sleepless nights, because that is not who you're created to be. Give that over. Get rid of the anxiety. And listen, I'm not saying that's easy. I have dealt with anxiety for years, so I get it. But it's like, how are you releasing anxiety where so that it's not taking over you, your life, your lifestyle, because it can. Give yourself grace that you made the right decisions with the information you had at the time, with the maturity level that you had at the time. So give yourself grace for all of those things. Okay. We're not perfect beings. We do the best we can in the moment, and then we just keep going. So I want you to age well with grace. I also want you to age well with confidence. I want you to be confident in who you are. I want you to be confident to go without makeup. You know, I threw on some eyebrows because I really don't have, I want to show up a little bit of eyebrow, but I'm not wearing any foundation. I want you to feel confident with the skincare that you're using. If you're using high quality skincare, if you're working with me, you're using the one of the best skincare programs out there, I want you to feel confident with that. Confident that, yes, I can go around town without makeup and feel good. I'm confident in how I'm feeling. I'm confident that I'm getting the best help that I can get because I'm getting my exercises. I'm doing my best with healthy eating. Does it mean I'm not having my chocolate, girl? Because I'm having my chocolate. It doesn't mean that you give up the joys of life, but you just make mindful decisions, mindful intention. So yeah, and I also want you to feel confident in your personality. You're not supposed to be like the sister over here or your friend over there. You're supposed to be who you were created to be. And I'm going to tell you this: no one can be you better than you. So don't try to be that copy. You were made an original. You were born an original. You want to die. You don't want to die the copy. You want to still be the original. And so maybe you were a copy for a while, and now you're rediscovering going back to the original. So I want you to age well with grace. I want you to age well with confidence. And I want you to age well with purpose. And here's why I say that. We're all here on this planet for our purpose. Every single one of us are. And so when you discover what that purpose is, it gives you a better meaning for life, and it actually keeps you living longer, believe it or not, because you have a purpose and you have something that you're going for and you're fighting for. And so that makes a big difference in your current life and in your tomorrow life and into the lives of other people. Like, how do you get to show up for your family? How do you show up for your friends, for your community, for your any groups or organizations you're in? How are you showing up? What is your purpose there? So I know what my purpose is. My purpose here is, like I said, is to come alongside of you and be your guide. And my purpose is exactly what it says in my tagline, that I teach women to rediscover their God given beauty and vitality so they can age well with grace, confidence, and purpose. So I will see you in the next video as I'm teaching you more ways of aging well and all of those components. Bye for now.